Hello and welcome to Scarlet Serpent readings. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Timeless Pick a Card reading, where we will be looking at how you can use your spiritual gifts to make money, which I think is an exciting topic. I might have seen it in passing, but I forgot where I got it from, so my apologies, and I'll be willing to tag whoever I guess created that topic. But anyway, we have 3 piles. Pile 1, pile 2, hopefully, there we go, and then pile 3. So if you need some more time, of course I'm going to have the cards frozen in time. You can of course pause the video, take your time to select a pile, but otherwise I'll see you at your reading. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this card, this is going to be your reading on how you can use your spiritual gifts to make money. And both of these, you got 2 oracle cards, so both of these represent the money-making potential spiritual gifts, if that makes sense. So this was one of them, one of your spiritual gifts that could potentially make money, which there is a guidebook. I haven't seen it, but the creator of this deck actually does pick a card readings, Cheryl Lee Harnish. And so, like, I remember this card coming up and it being represented by Archangel Michael. And so, in some capacity, working with Archangel Michael can lead to, I don't want to say a career, but you could use Archangel Michael's presence to accelerate your money-making manifestations. And so that could be something as easy as like just working with him directly, or praying to him, or asking for his help. But also I'm kind of getting like cord cutting, protective energy. You could be someone who is drawn to do spiritual work regarding specifically cord cutting, kind of having that focus. But then we also have this card. It kind of feels like alchemizing, merging, and so part of it would be alongside Archangel Michael, kind of using alchemy and in an energetic sense. So both of these cards feel like some sort of spirit work, maybe a small business, or kind of, again, focusing on very specific clients, very specific situations and requests. So can you help me transmute these energies, or what energies need transmutation, or if I'm imagining like Etsy specifically, so like a cord cutting ritual, and having either guided meditations just for cord cutting, or something along those lines. Like if there's just this, I almost imagine like a leech that's being stuck energetically to somebody else, and then you'd be a guiding force in removing that leech. But I'm gonna clarify these cards with a few pieces of tarot, and then we'll see how you could make money with these. Yeah, but there's a lot of pentacles here, so which is nice, right? Considering the nature of the reading. We have the 7 of Pentacles and the High Priestess with the number 44. So this card has this, and with the number 44, again, kind of angelic help. So either way, you could work with the archangels, the angelic realm, directly to help manifest money and make money. But also the High Priestess being here is interesting. I wasn't getting like channeling so much for this pile. I can kind of see it now. I'm gonna get one more card for the High Priestess, just to, oh, this one wanted to come out. I'll just shuffle these again. That was weird. Sorry. I'll just shuffle them again. The King of Wands with the High Priestess. So I mean, I think intuitively you already know how to make money out of these gifts. Without, what happens is, like, I didn't want this to be using a career or doing a spiritual career. I wanted to focus on money manifestations, because a lot of times, like, when we take our hobbies and make it into a career, it could almost make them not fun anymore. You're so focused on the business aspect of the hobby that it almost kills that joy that was originally had when engaging in that hobby. So I think that's the first like part of this, is to whatever it is that you decide to do with these gifts, which in this case is transmutation and very strong kind of, again, spiritual shielding, cord cutting, things like that. It's like a defensive energy I'm getting from you. And so that's something that you could do if you're in a work environment, to kind of block. If you find that you're having trouble making money, and you go to a physical job, but you work in person with other people, a big thing that you can do is kind of visualize the deep blues and work with Archangel Michael to make sure that your energy is separate from that of the people around you, so that you don't catch yourself being in a poverty mindset that might be surrounding you, keeping you more focused on attracting money, as opposed to having, again, like almost like a leak in finances, where there's just like I think this might be not only environmental but ancestral, where there's just like the money, I can't imagine myself keeping whatever I make, that somewhere, somehow, money's just going to evaporate. And that mindset is something that Archangel Michael can clear for you. And with the Archangel Michael card, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which again kind of focuses on the self, like on your own finance and your own abundance. And then we have the Two of Cups, right? With the Two of Cups being there, it kind of feels like just directly working with Archangel Michael, like a I don't know, you could do channeling. Second time I mentioned channeling, but again, that's not like the biggest thing that I'm noticing with this pile. This is more of energetic healing that you can do on yourself first. I would try it with yourself first, actually. Instead of just asking for an abundance or an opportunity, it could just be clearing the things that are keeping money from being attracted to you. I think that's a big thing, actually. Let's get a clarifying card for the Two of Cups, though. Yeah, because like this pile has a lot of potential, and the Devil. Very interesting. With the Devil energy being there and the Two of Cups. And that's probably why I'd mentioned cord cutting a few times, is that the biggest thing for you is that you might have, I don't want to say like an entity, but like an energy that is preventing you, like I said, from, it's like that leech. It's like there's someone in your environment who is almost draining that from you. And the first thing would be to do that sort of ritual, or maybe channeled writing, to see what you can do to kind of cut the cords to that energetic source that's draining you. And then once you realize how powerful that work that you did is in helping you make money from whatever source, then you could use that skill to help others. I think once you realize the power and efficiency of it, you'll really believe in what you're able to do regarding cord cutting, protection, and things like that. I'll do 2 more cards. Okay, that's it. And I'm going to clarify these 2 oracle cards with one more tarot and then close out the reading, because I do have to go to work in a little bit. No rush, but a little. The High Priestess is showing up again, so I think intuitively you either already know what you can do, but also working with the Divine Feminine, I'm getting like a lot of celestial star energy, like Nuit, and that's almost clarified by this astrology card. So that might be something you're called to do, and you could definitely make money doing astrology readings. I'd be interested in that, actually. Not doing the readings, but getting a reading from someone who does like a deep dive with astrology, kind of doing a report or something like that. And then we do have the Knight of Pentacles. And so whatever it is that you pursue, especially with the Seven of Pentacles too, with Taurus and Saturn, is a lot of focus, very slow moving. It's not going to be like opening the floodgates and a bunch of opportunities and finances come into your life. It's a slow build. But you'll have the support of Archangel Michael, and again, like, you intuitively know which way to go. So if you find yourself hesitating, that could be fear-based, and that could be based off of somebody else's inhibitions, really. And then the second part we have is the Sacred Heart, and the High Priestess again. I think heart expanding energy, using love in whatever it is that you choose to do, even if it's a hobby that you don't intend on making money with. Pouring that heart energy into it kind of casts a spell that could potentially, if you choose to show that hobby to someone, could potentially open opportunity that allows for you to make money. So like, oh, do you sell this art, or do you sell these necklaces, this jewelry, is it for sale? And then that idea would come up. It's like, well, yeah, I could sell these to you. It could be maybe not like mass production, because then that would be very taxing work potentially, but like luxury items, like do less but make more off each item, something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the reading there. Of course, you're more than welcome to look at any of the other piles, but thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support as always. Like, share, subscribe if you feel called to do so, but otherwise I'll see you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile 2. If you chose this card, this is going to be your reading on how you can use your spiritual gifts to make money. It actually came out this way. And this card alongside this card represent your spiritual gifts that can potentially make money. And the thing that I noticed straight away is both channeling, like very strong channeling, which is why, well, if you saw pile 1, you already know that I was trying not to mention it too much in that pile because it was all in this pile. But the second thing is like relationship healing, relationship work, something like that. So like this, healing channeled messages, and again, almost twin flame work, kind of healing from potentially relationship trauma, but also I'm getting like mirror work or something like that, where you look at how you can grow, or helping other clients grow from relationships, from growing and learning about themselves through the connections with other people. And I get that very strongly with this pile. So again, because this is a general reading, like there's a lot of different avenues that you can pursue within this, but it feels like whatever it is that you choose to do has a very strong potential to make money. The High Priestess is coming again, so definitely very intuitive pile, very connected to spirit. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the World. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I know I'm moving super fast. I don't know why I got excited for this one. Well, I do know why. If you saw the first pile, you kind of know why, but that's part of it. Anyway, I want to focus on this gift that you have, and it was like this because it seems to be very high in potential for money making, honestly. And this is like healing channeling, healing messages from spirit, and there's a lot of different ways you can do that. There could be tarot readers, things like that. We have the Queen of Pentacles showing up, so I'm getting a very strong potential for making money with this, as well as the World. So maybe having a further reach than you could have imagined from that. But you could also be like channeling world energies. That might be some of it, like guided messages from Gaia, and doing that, doing a podcast or something where you're constantly channeling, that you go for long walks and you do channeled messages, and just through whatever social media you choose to use, you might get sponsorships, things like that. Again, this isn't a career-based reading. This is more of like, this could be potentially passive income or just side like a side hustle, but some sort of money. What's interesting is that we have with this card, which I'm thinking of Twin Flame, very powerful energy, but also the High Priestess and the Four of Cups. And I'm kind of seeing it as either relationship therapy, marriage counseling that's coming out strongly. And with that gift and this example specifically, you might not want to or need to mention that it's spiritual in any way. You could just use that intuition, your own gifts, to support the advice and wisdom you get, of course, or you give. That's on top of education that you would need to be like a therapist, but you can definitely receive channeled messages from spirit and use that to heal relationships. And that's coming through very strongly, and it's almost like you help other people see the opposing side to whatever conflict. So it's kind of like conflict resolution, again, within relationships, and digging deep into the subconscious influences that might be breaking down a union, so to speak. So yeah, we're just gonna grab a couple. Actually, I'm gonna grab a couple more oracle cards to see. And if you want me to expand on this type of reading, I'd love to. And maybe that one could be using your spiritual gifts in a career setting, but this is more of like just money, like straight up money making. So we got 3 of them here. The first one is learn. And what's interesting is that I had mentioned education. I mean, this is ancestral learning, but I do think this pile would benefit from higher learning, if that's something you're interested in. We do have influence here. And I think this would be tied to the relationship thing that I was mentioning, like relationship therapy, marriage counseling, something like that. Where not that you're doing any spell work, but more of the influence comes from describing the emotions of the other person, the opposites, if you will, like being able to describe what they're trying to get across to their partner in a way that would otherwise be difficult to comprehend. And then we have journey here. Journeying is definitely a shamanic practice, so you might be drawn to shamanism, which is part of why I mentioned kind of like earth healing, Gaia energy, that sort of thing, because that's coming through fairly strongly. And you could be someone who works specifically with journeying to channel messages and healing energy to other people. But yeah, working with the earth and the stars in 2 different areas would be pretty cool. I'm getting less energetic healing and more of healing through thought, through communication, more so than anything else. But yeah, I'm going to end the reading with that. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Please let me know if you want an extended version. I'd love to do that with career and diving a little bit deeper. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. And I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this card, this is going to be your healing. It already started, I guess. But you're reading on how you can use your spiritual gifts to make money. This is not a career reading. It's more of just like passive income or money in any capacity, really. But this one, being green is nice, but it's a lot of healing energy, healing work. We also have this card. Oh, by the way, these oracles represent your spiritual gifts that could potentially make money. Then we have this card, which is a card of blossoming, opening up, solar plexus work, really. So there's a radiance, almost sexual energy as well, that you could be using to attract money. And then we have this card, which is very interesting. Kind of reminds me of as above, so below, like this. So seeing, you could be someone who sees the unseen influences in any given situation. So potentially tarot, chakra healing. I could imagine like the sound bowls. Like this would be a pile that could benefit from doing sound bowl meditations, or doing that outside in person, or on YouTube, or on, I mean, whatever platform that allows you to record these and share them with people. You can even do it on Etsy, where it's kind of like a personalized frequency regarding, or depending on the client and what their needs are. So this is more of an energetic healing pile. And I didn't have that intention going into this reading, that there's like specific areas of divination that can, make the most money for each person. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I'm getting some tarot cards to elaborate on these spiritual gifts. Ten of Cups and the Star, yeah. We do have the Tower underneath. I think that this Tower moment is something that happened to you that has kind of awakened these gifts. So if you're going through that, it's almost like this is the light at the end of the tunnel, where you realize just how much magic you have within you. But with this card, with the solar plexus work, with the sex magic potentially, but definitely like chakra energy, we have the Hermit and the Three of Cups. And what I'm seeing here is like a potential to find the root cause of any chakra blockages. That could be through channeled messages, but oftentimes it kind of feels like, how has another person within the lives of your client or whatever, how are other people affecting their chakras? And you can find that root cause, do sort of like a deep dive, a deep chakra meditation for this other person, and then through that, like through maybe a few sessions, you could find the root cause and almost do like an extraction within that chakra. That's what I'm getting for that. For the next one, this as above, so below, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which means, yeah, there's a lot of money-making potential with this, and the Four of Wands, and stability as well. But also, it's kind of interesting is that with this above and so below card, I don't know if that's what it's called, actually, within the deck, and I'm not going to look at it, actually, but it's like, you might be someone who's drawn to work with, like, Ganesha, or Ganesh, where identifying money blockages, and supporting others in helping them be independent, and that could be something that you've been working on as well. And so kind of like journaling on your experience and sharing those journal entries with others can help them overcome something that you're going through, and vice versa. Especially with this Eight of Pentacles being here, it's like a lot of hard work, but it also lends itself to a strong, unshakable, stable foundation. And that foundation could also be found with the Venus and Aries, the very passionate connections with others. And so that could be part of it too, is like in some way like some sort of magic or teaching of being more conscious in the people that you or your clients magnetize into your life, and how these situations that are showing up are to some extent caused by your energy, and how you can manipulate that energy to attract different things in your life. And that takes tweaking for yourself, but I think for a lot of people in this pile, like, you want to master it first before you start teaching it. But I also think that teaching would be part of your healing journey, and part of what helps you realize your own potential and your own power in that sphere, within that spiritual gift. So we'll just leave it at that. Finally, we have this card. Very strong healing energy, very grounding as well. So I'm kind of getting more earth energy, similar to one of the other piles, but working with green. So maybe plant-based, like working with oils and aromatherapy would be something you could be interested in, maybe selling oils. We do have the Ten of Cups, and so this could be healing within families, specifically families. So that could be a specialty that you offer, like tarot or energy healing specifically on family-based trauma. But we also have the Star, which is beautiful, and how maybe your dreams or the client's dreams have been manipulated a little bit by external influences, and more specifically family. How has family changed the trajectory of where you wanted to go, as opposed to what your heart actually desired, and finding that not only through your own experience, which is where this all starts from, but also it helps with others. It helps. That's something that you could easily identify in other people, just based off of your experience again. So I got 2 oracle cards. This one says banish. And so that might be something you want to do before starting the spiritual work, kind of that energy. But what I'm also getting here, more so with, you remember the chakra work that I was talking about? I did mention specifically extraction, and so that would be something that you might want to consider. It is kind of like dense energy work. It's heavy potentially, so like having a strong foundation and having a strong spirit team and communing with them and communicating would be very helpful for this pile. But we also have moon magic, which is cool. I'm going to go ahead and draw another card for this. Yeah, let's do that now. Oh, but look, we have behind this card, we have like little bottles in the background, and so that kind of, for me anyway, it kind of seems like confirmation about like apothecary, like the aromatherapy. So working with incense, with smells of some kind, like creating your own incense sticks or something. I could see that as like a side hustle. But let's get a card for the moon magic. 3 of Swords. And Moonchild. Whoa, wow. That's pretty cool, considering that these are different decks. Moonchild, Moon Magic. We have the Hermit, which is kind of moonish. Moonish. So working at night, I think, would be very beneficial, especially with the Star being here as well. And then the 3 of Swords is here. So it could be with, again, this Oracle card, very intense heart healing energy. Again, it feels more either ancestral or family based, within family as opposed to romantic relationships, because that was a different pile. But for this, it's like a very deep subconscious healing, and I think you would work very well with like a moon guide or moon spirit deity, something like that. But you're very closely tied to the stars and the moon, and also I could imagine sort of like teaching others to work with lunar phases. So you, like this card suggests, moon magic, like advertise yourself as a moon magician or moon magic practitioner, where you do spell work or specific types of healing depending on the lunar phase. But it's healing, it's very energetic, this work, and shamanic, if you're doing, again, like the chakra healing, chakra extractions, because you can even see here, which is like solar plexus energy right in the center. And so how is identifying, like I could imagine that, like where you could see someone's aura and feel like the solar plexus energy almost immediately off of clients, and then you could see, oh well, there's a lot more potential, but you're being burdened by these intrusive thoughts that have come from kind of like childhood, where maybe the family influences, while they had good intentions, they kind of deliberately steered you in a direction that you didn't want to go, and how that's influencing your manifestations in as an adult. And that's something you would say to your client, but it also helps, like, if you had experienced that in yourself and been able to move past it and heal that trauma. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the reading with that. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know, not only how this reading resonated, but if you wanted me to do like a specific career deep dive utilizing spiritual gifts. But yeah, otherwise I'll see you in the next reading. Take care.